851, turn right heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established.
Air Belgium, an airline I covered on the channel all the way back in February. Back then I discussed how the airline planned to set up, where it wanted to operate, and what aircraft it would take on board. While there were some questionable decisions made in regards to aircraft choice, we all wished the airline well in their future endeavours and hoped they wouldn't be another one of those airlines to come crashing out of the industry in a matter of months. Unfortunately, making this video in September, 7 months later, I can say yes, it was a rather rapid decline. But did it really ever take off? That's something we'll explore throughout this video as I take a look at Air Belgium and how they've gone over the past 7 months, and what their future is within the industry. Simply fly away. This is the slogan of Air Belgium, a Belgian airline which commenced operations in June of this year. The airline, which was actually founded in 2016, only began operations in 2018 and hasn't failed over the past few months to make media attention. The airline took on board the Airbus A340, a great aircraft, in its time. Its time currently isn't now, 2018. This immediately was outlined as a concern as people truly believed that this wasn't the best choice and that the airline may have been better off going with something like the 777, A350 or even the 787. These aircraft are all efficient, multi-purpose and practical for today's market. If we simplify why bringing on board the A340 probably wasn't the best decision for this airline, is the A340 hasn't had one single new delivery since 2012 to any airline, and even then has had no new orders. Airlines have moved away from your typical quad jets, and Air Belgium, a new airline hoping for a good long-term future within this industry, taking on board this aircraft, it's not any wonder why some people did question them from the beginning. The airline, when starting up flights, had the plan to link Belgium to locations in China. This included Hong Kong, Beijing, Shanghai, and more. Numerous delays in receiving the operating certificate meant that the airline couldn't begin its first scheduled flight to Hong Kong in October of 2017. This was later changed to June the 3rd of this year. However, the airline first took to the skies in March when they operated on behalf of another airline. Interestingly enough, this would later become the future of the carrier. After a few months of operating, it quickly became apparent that Air Belgium simply wasn't getting the kind of traffic that it expected. Air Belgium just a few days ago said that they'd be ceasing all scheduled flights between October the 1st, 2018 and March the 30th, 2019. The move comes as the CEO estimates that the majority of their revenue, 60 to 70%, came solely from the Chinese market, and the airline had wanted to set up a new hub of operations within China before eventually eyeing the US market. The recent typhoon has also had an impact and came as another reason on top of demand, as why Air Belgium decided to cancel all scheduled operations for the time outlined earlier. So what next for the airline? Well, with a cracking livery, and also, while not being the most efficient, a pretty cool aircraft being the A340, they plan to focus on flying with third parties. This includes having their aircraft leased, potentially for long amounts of time, and also operating scheduled revenue flights for other airlines, or charters. The first of each started not too long ago with British Airways, the airline which is currently impacted by the Trent 1000. Air Belgium used their A340 on a few routes, including a London Heathrow to Abu Dhabi service from the 15th of September to the 19th of September, according to Routes Online. In addition to this service, they also operated flights for the airline in late August and early September, again as cover for the 787s. This is where Air Belgium believe they can thrive, through the charter services for other airlines, but they'll have to deal with the competition of High Fly, as they recently took on board their first of 2 A380s. Ultimately, the future of Air Belgium is one that is not set in stone. With the recent temporary cancellation of all their scheduled services, could they potentially dive back into the market in March with a brand new strategy and take market share away from established carriers? It'll be interesting to see, especially as some have said that they did actually enjoy their experience with Air Belgium, and for the price would happily travel on them again. I'd like to thank you very much for watching this video of mine, and if you have any thoughts on the carrier, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I look forward to you all joining me in the next one.
Erase all of these broken dreams in flight, and we'll fly.